coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound. Y'all know I appreciate the love, I appreciate the support. I know y'all thought y'all was looking at me, but you not. You looking at my nephew right now. You understand me? That is outstanding. You heard me? AKA, you know what I'm saying? Al Ski.
For sure that.
You know, AKA my nephew. You understand me? Yeah, he did 21 years in the penitentiary from the age of 16. He's been out here 1 year. Y'all seen him on the short when we reconnected. You know, a beautiful situation. He's been out here 1 year. He's doing his thing. I'm super proud of him because he coming out here. He being proactive, feet on the ground. He already speaking to the youth. He already speaking to the victims, the mothers. You know, he's speaking to anybody who would listen because he's trying to feed the positive, starve the negative. So I'm very, very proud of my dude, man. You know, it makes me feel like, yeah, proud. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Every time I look at him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's doing this thing. And he could have been doing a lot of other things, but this is what he's doing.
That's a fact.
So, man, hey, man, I love you first and foremost.
I love you more.
Already, man. So, man, let's start from the beginning, man. You know, tell them who you are, man, and what led you to be where I eventually met you at.
Well, my name is Al Harris, you know what I'm saying? Walter Al Harris in totality. I was convicted of 13 felonies when I was 16 years old, from robbery to abduction, from abduction to use of a firearm to possession of a firearm, various charges that come attached with robberies and things of that nature. I was sentenced in total to 81 years. The judge suspended everything but 23. I ended up doing that almost all the way to the door because the environment I was placed in at such a young age, you know, young and in there, becoming what your environment is. Going to a maximum facility prison, which was Sussex 1, my first prison. DC Snipers, the Banky Pounds, and the Iron Busters, all the legends in prison was once at this prison, you know. It's a maximum facility though, but it was my first prison. You know what I'm saying? And entering such a violent environment, even coming from the streets, and I mean really locked into the streets, it wasn't nothing to it but to get to it. That was the only option, right? That's pretty much how we started there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how old were you when you hit Wallace Ridge? And was Wallace Ridge your first prison?
Nah. Sussex 1 was my first. Wallace Ridge, I think that was 2012, 316, 20, I was 26 when I hit Wallace Ridge. Wallace Ridge was my first racist prison.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it was the first prison I was at where racism was accepted out of fear, right? It was the first place I was at where you can look me in my face and call me a nigga and know that if I put my hands on you, I'm losing more than what I already lost. So I'm fighting with myself to not fight you. That was the first time I've ever experienced such just disgust. Like I was just disgusted, right? Because I only seen it on TV.
Right.
So to physically like become a victim of it, or a survivor of it.
Yeah. I remember when I explained to people so they can get the gist of what I'm saying is like I tell them that when I got to Wallace Ridge, to me, it was like a real life episode of Roots.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the way they talk with such freedom, like they use the N-word like it ain't nothing, and like in conversation with you, like they not, white.
Yeah.
You know,
like you're not human.
Right.
It's an environment where I never forget when I got off the bus of that joint and dude looking at me with such a it's just a anger, unnecessary anger in his eye. So, but I'm looking back at him with like, bro, I'm a lion.
Yeah.
You tripping? Like I'm coming to your jungle. Okay, true, but I'm a lion nonetheless.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like, all right, what we doing here? Know what I'm saying? So the first words out of his mouth was, "Don't look at me like that."
Mm-hmm.
I lean back like, what you mean? Don't look at you like that. They snatch me up and put me against the bus. Mm-hmm. Like, look, this ain't that. Wherever you just came from, this ain't that. I'm telling you now, this ain't that. So right then I know, they ain't doing no plan up here, but still in my mind, I ain't doing no plan neither.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? So we on the same playing field here, the way I'm looking at it. Know what I'm saying? But I'm young and I'm cocky and I'm full of pride. Know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at it like, I ain't about to let you or nobody else speak to me in the way you just did. So whatever come with it, gonna come with it. Know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I just never forget that right there, that feeling right there. Know what I'm saying?
And on top of that, to speak of that, we went up there together.
Facts.
You understand? We there for Sussex 2 going up there. So I have told a story on my page about, that experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Me and you on the same bus.
Man.
Going to this, horrific place that we didn't know where we was going. Yeah. But in the process of going as well, we witnessed and experienced some that, with me, will always be with me for the rest of my life. And I don't know how you feel about it, but we saw somebody lose their life on that bus.
That's a fact.
They didn't have to.
That's a fact.
That
was warned.
Right.
That was warned. I never forget when we got on the bus and I turn around and look at you. I'm like, dude on the floor, watch your step. So you look like dude on the floor. I'd never forget your face. I'm like, yeah, he on the floor. He in the aisle. So, we step over him and we sit in our seats or whatever. While we riding, we keep looking at each other. I'm like, oh, you all right? And he looking up. But people do everything in their power not to go where they were taking us to. Mm. So to see somebody on the ground, laying there and doing all the extra stuff in our minds, and it's sad, but naturally, I think you lying. Know what I'm saying? Because you just don't want to go where we're going. Everybody want to stay down here close to what they know. You don't want to go up there with a racism at, and you can trick your time up way more chance of, a far greater chance of tricking your time up there. Know what I'm saying? So people do, literally anything in their power to not have to go up there. Know what I'm saying? So to see dude laying on the floor, I'm like, oh, all right, bro, you just ain't trying to go up there. Know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as time went on, and I remember, I'm like, dude ain't moving. Like, at this point, it ain't even is you trying to go up here or not? It's is you all right down there thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I'll never forget when we get to that camp, and we tell the driver, like, yo, hey, y'all might want to come check on dude. They was transferring us from that bus to the bus we was going to get on to get to the prison we had to go, because you're going on it straight up to the mountain. So, the dude like, all right, we're going to check. We like, nah, come check him now. Know what I'm saying? When I seen your temperature turn up like that, you already know that joint was contagious. Game time. Know what I'm saying? So, I don't know how you was doing it. Know what I'm saying? But shackled and chained, I watched you like horse kick this door. Know what I'm saying? Y'all better come get him. Come check him. Come check him. They pull us off. Come and get him. And I'll never forget it, yo. Yeah, I'll never forget the way that man hit that ground and he was purple like that.
Yes, that's what made me get to the level that I was at, because I'm like, man, this man changing colors, man. Yeah. This man purple, and I could see the shackles and the handcuffs on was like ultra tight, because his body was retaining fluid now that I know, and he was swelling up.
Yep.
He was swelling up and he was changing colors, dog. And it's like, we don't know at the time, but we looking at a dead man.
Yeah, he was gone.
He was gone.
He was gone, and the whole time he had a diaper on. Man, so
that
that's the part that literally, like, that's a part I never forget. I hold on to it though, because when I seen, that's the first time I had seen that. I had seen it happen that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stabbing's normal. Even the hangings became somewhat normal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But to see him die in shackles and cuffs with a diaper on and a button-up orange jumpsuit.
It was crazy, man. I could never forget that, man. Looking out that window, all of us was glued to that window, looking at him out there. They pumping on his chest, pump faking, knowing that the man dead. And then you could see the panic set in when they started getting on the phone and calling people.
And the majors and them came out there and all that.
Wards, and then you got the state troopers, then you got the EMT, everybody there. But in my mind, I'm looking at them now, they all whispering to each other. I said, they're getting their story straight.
Yeah.
They're getting their story straight.
When that major took that big state trooper hat off, and he leaned into the nurse and was whispering to her, and she shaking her head like, I ain't got nothing to do with this type joint. The panic on his face was so obvious. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's when I started yelling, like, man, this on y'all. This on y'all, man, dead because of y'all. Y'all sitting here doing all this chit-chat. Man, that man laying on the ground dead because of y'all. Man, we told y'all something was off. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, but remember when they took that long rod out? And they stuck it through his side. I ain't know what it was. I'm like, what's that? Know what I'm saying? And you was like, that's the joint that's gonna tell you whether his heart got any type of pulse. Know what I'm saying? And then they put that machine beside him, and I watched that joint. It was flat the whole way. Yeah. Man, that joint.
And then they put something on him, like when you do that CPR joint, you pump your chest. Yeah. They had a machine that was doing that because they got tired of doing it. But they was trying to revive him.
They was doing it so long. You got to think how long they was doing it.
They was trying to revive him knowing that he couldn't be revived. But they was just setting up their alibi to say that they did their due diligence. But you didn't. Because a man's life was in jeopardy on this bus. Y'all could have pulled over. Y'all could have saved his life. But y'all had y'all orders. And y'all weren't going to deviate from that even though it was costing somebody his life. And I always wondered in my mind, or always knew in my mind, that his family weren't gonna never get the truth. Yeah. They was gonna get some fictitious excuse about why they son, they brother, they daddy, they nephew is gone. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that junk was sad, man. And you know, that was a revelation to me to let me know that why in captivity, man, my life means nothing. Nothing. Not at all. Means nothing to nobody but me. And I'm going to be the sole protector of my life, man, because there ain't nobody else going to do that for me. And these people don't care nothing about you. Not at all. Locked up, dog.
I remember when we got to the prison, and remember they took us to the hole because we got there so late. Right. So they come to the door. And they was like, hey, was you on that bus? I'm like, what bus? You know what I'm saying? He like, the bus that just came. I'm like, yeah, I just got here. He said, you seen dude die? I said, yeah. He was like, you seen dude die? Yeah. I look at him like, what? I seen. Like what, bro? Yeah, well, you telling me you want me to lie and say I ain't see that man die? Know what I'm saying? That's when I knew right there. I said, yeah, the environment, you're not going home until you home.
Right. And let me tell you something. When you look back on things in retrospect, that's when you get 20/20 vision. You know what I'm saying? And the 20/20 vision with that was, they didn't put us in the hole because we got there late. They put us in the hole because we was on that bus. We was on that bus. That's a fact. And they wanted to put the shake up on us and let us know, like, you know,
they tried.
Yeah.
They tried that joke.
You know what I'm saying?
They tried
like,
that
yeah. You up here, we run this.
Yeah. You in my world.
Yeah, you in my world. And I'm gonna give up props where props do. Man, you ain't had no wins coming up there messing with them people, man. Nah. They had carte blanche up there, man. They would unalive you and they would cover it up and you would be gone, man. So I don't care who you was and how bad you was. They had a system that you could not be.
You couldn't. You gotta look at it like this. All right, you might get a write up in there, right? The person that's writing you up, let's say his last name Johnson, right? Johnson writes you up. The person that's doing the hearing, that's Johnson's brother. He not gonna find you not guilty for a charge that his brother wrote, right? Then you file a grievance to say, like, this ain't right. Guess who signs off on the grievance? The other Johnson, the sister of Johnson and Johnson.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it was literally, that's when I realized, all right, we in a lose-lose situation here all the way around the board. You know what I'm saying?
Nepotism at its greatest, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's nepotism at its greatest, man. They got uncles, sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, everybody working at the same prison. And they running this thing, man, you know, with impunity, man. They ain't worried about nothing. You know, you couldn't even, man, this was the first place I had been to after being locked up as long as I was. This was the first place that I had ever been to where when you ask for a grievance form, they asking you what you wanted for.
Facts.
Who you writing up?
Yeah, who? What person is
it? And if they ain't like your answer, you won't even get them. And I know people that done filled them out, got them and filled them, and they give it to the officer, and the officer rip it up in their face.
I'll never forget that this is one of the most greatest impactful things that hit me while I was at Wallens Ridge State Prison, dealing with racism. I got up late for chow. At Wallens Ridge, you got to walk the chow on one line. Everybody must be behind the other one, right? So I get up late for chow. I walk into the chow hall. Lieutenant comes up on me and say, "Damn, Harris, what you just got up or something?" But literally wiping coal out my eye, right? So I'm like, yeah, know what I'm saying? So he like, all right, yeah. He said, you had a good dream? I said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I was sleeping good, yeah. So he said, all right, you know, we killed one of y'all for trying to do that. But you got to remember, I'm just getting up. It's not registering. It didn't register. You know what I'm saying? So after like 5-10 steps, I stopped. Like, hold on, what? You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, one of y'all tried to dream before, and we killed him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't be dreaming around here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But I'm gonna, you know, take you back to a moment that I remember that might change your opinion on what you said about one of the, you know, most impactful things you remember from there. I remember when, unfortunately, you had got some bad news about losing somebody in your life. It was, you know,
my dad.
Yeah, it was very monumental to you. Yeah. And I remember the people told you that you need to call home, and you could call home. Yeah. And the way that they was operating up there was, you know, you had to wait till you come out to use the phone, but the counselor them had told you that you needed to use the phone and you could get out early so you could get to a phone, because it was problems with getting to a phone up there. So I remember you trying to tell the officer that, and man, the things that he said and the attitude that he had, man, I was up under you. You slept right over top of me, so I could hear it. And man, I can remember you was just ready to snap, man, and it hurt me so bad to hear what he said and how he was responding. And I had to get up in the vent, man, to try to talk to you, because I knew where your mindset was going, which was normal. Yeah. For any human being, you know, for somebody to have that type of lack of consideration for what a human being is going through was just incredible to me. But man, tell them about that, man, so they can understand where I'm coming from.
I was at a program while I was at Wallens Ridge State Prison. I had attended a program this particular day, and at the end of the program, they take everybody IDs and line them up on the wall for you to come get after the program or whatever. So when I get to the wall to get my ID, my ID ain't there. So officers see me looking around for my ID, like, hey, you Walter Harris. I'm like, yeah. He like, all right, here go your ID. When you get back to the pod, you know, call your family or whatever. They called up here. So I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. So we get the door open. We leave. I go back to the pod. I get to the pod. I call my mom, and she tell me my father, my stepdad, but the one who raised me, I give him the acknowledgement as my father. He had just passed away, right? So I hang up the phone. I wasn't on the phone maybe 30 seconds. Know what I'm saying? When she tell me, I'm like, Mom, you know, she just tell me, and she told me. So of course it crushed me. But I I know my mind frame is cut up. Right. Like my mind frame is, somebody about to feel this pain I'm feeling, right? So I shoot back to the cell, but the counselor and them had gave me permission to be able to go in the pod and get on the phone. So I come out, I ask the officer, I'm like, yo, can I get on the phone? Man, look me in my face and tell me I don't give a fuck if your daddy just died or not, nigga. Get back in the cell. Like, just like that, right? This is a Caucasian officer speaking to me. I look at him in his face. I said, what? He said, you heard me. Monkey, get in the cell. Yeah. So, I go in the cell. Everybody, like a few people screaming at me like, bro, go in the cell, go in the cell. Because this is literally a prison they'll kill you at, right? No matter how hard you go, the end result, you'll be unalive. That's a fact. So I go in the cell, but as I go in the cell, I make my decision. Like, all right, I'm going to get with him. Like, I'm going to fix him, right? I go in the cell, I get to packing up my stuff. They beep on the intercom and start laughing. They don't know what I'm in the cell doing. They can't see what I'm doing. They laughing at what just occurred, right? The way he just called me a monkey and a nigga and told me, go back in the cell. I don't give a F who died. So I'm in the cell. I get to packing my stuff up. My decision is made. Out of nowhere, a voice come through the vent. It's Banky Pound. So I'm like, look, I know you heard me, right? Do not do it. I know where your mind at. I know where you're going with this. Do not do it. Now, I'm in the cell, crying, knife in my hand, knife in my, I got it tucked inside of, like the nurse type of pants they give us, right? I got it tucked in there. So when we go out the chow, I could just slide it and go to work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm packing up my cell. He talking the whole time. I know you heard me. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm so locked in, I don't see nothing else. I done been disrespected on a level I ain't never been disrespected. At this point, I'm feeling less than a man just for the fact that I came in a cell. I don't even feel like I should have came in a cell. I feel like I should have took off right there. Right? But my mind is working on the level like, all right, I ain't about to just hurt him. I'm trying to take him out the game, which takes me out the game. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm sitting here packing up my stuff, I'm just going in on the vent. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I'm crying. Then I heard him crying. The voice go from a passionate, nephew, no, to a please. Like, this at a point where he on the borderline of begging me to save myself. Know what I'm saying? So,
No, man. I know how you feel, because just even hearing you talk about it right now, it get me emotional because I can remember that, man. But at this stage of my bit, I had been through so much, and I kind of like knew the game, you know what I'm saying? And I knew what the end result was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I know what anger will do. I know when you angry, you know, anger is one letter away from danger. You put a D on the end of at the beginning of anger, that's danger.
Facts.
So when you get angry, you in danger of doing something that's irreversible. And I had knew that lesson by then, because I had already made these mistakes. So I was trying to let you know that I feel your pain, dog, but I don't want to see you throw your life away for these races that don't even kill. You understand me? Because it's like right now, look at you. You a year home. Look what you doing.
First time being home for a year since I was 13 years old. I'm 38, man.
Listen, if you made that move at that time right now, we don't even have this conversation. You understand me? So I know that what they was doing was wrong. What they was saying was wrong. What they was saying was punishable. By any means necessary.
That's a fact.
But we got to be smarter, man. We got to move smarter because we can always end up having the last laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You out here right now living your best life, getting ready to have a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guess what? Them jokers still working in there.
Yeah, no.
They still there. They still there. Because they ain't got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
They ain't got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
But they would have took great satisfaction in taking your life.
Yeah.
You understand
yeah.
me? And you don't have to give them that type of satisfaction.
Yeah.
You understand me? So we know as warriors, man, it's certain battles we can't win.
Yeah, that was a lose-lose.
Yeah, it was a lose-lose.
That was a lose-lose.
And I tell people all the time, prison ain't nothing but a lose-lose. Yeah. It's just what you choose.
Which way you gonna go with
but
it?
It's always a lose-lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could be happy knowing that I let you know I ain't to be played with.
Yeah, facts.
But at the same time, at what cost? At what cost? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, for you to receive that message, man, was beautiful situation.
Man, that jump to come through that, the fact that you was on a cell underneath me at that perfect time, because if you didn't come to that vent,
right,
I would have stabbed him up. That's just being blatantly honest. He was done for.
I knew.
Right? I was committed to not coming home. And it's sad to say that, but I was literally committed in that moment to not coming home. You know what I'm saying? The pain, I'm angry for one, I'm hurt for two. This is the first time I'm becoming a victim of racism like this.
Mm-hmm.
You just called me completely out my name. Then gave me orders after that.
Right.
It was too much going on at one time. If you were not in that vent at that particular moment, I will not be sitting here right now.
I already know, man, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud of you doing what you're doing now, man, because I saw that in you, man. I seen greatness in you. I knew from the beginning you was a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was a leader. And and like you say, you was a lion.
Yeah.
But, you just was, at that time, you was just untamed. You understand me?
No question.
You was just untamed.
No question.
And I had been there. And that's what I think, real older dudes in the system or OGs or whatever, that's what they gotta do, man. They gotta guide these young when they come in their presence. Yeah. Cause I ain't get the right guy. They told me go pick up and kill it. Kill that sucker. He get out line. And I listened to him. I did 33 years. See what I'm saying? 33 of them. That's how I got 15 turn downs. See what I'm saying? So I made it up in my mind. I ain't gonna never give a youngin no bad advice. I give him no advice before I give him bad advice. You understand?
Facts.
So, man, it's just such a blessing, man, and just to see you out here doing what you're doing, and just, man, it warms my heart, bro. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man, because a lot of dudes come out here, they fall, they stumble. You understand me? So, for you to do what you're doing, man, that deserves respect off the top.
Appreciate that, man. Already, I really do.
It's love, man. We gonna continue this, man. So y'all stay tuned for a second.
The banky special.
Yeah,
pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.